Today's video will be about Soul War. Since Bleach Revival is coming out, and Bleach Revival and Soul War have a lot of similarities, because I'm pretty sure they do have the same devs, at least some of the same devs. A lot of the GUI is the same, the PvP is the same, some of the models look the same too, and from what I've seen, some of the resurrections look the same, and I guess just the overall environment just feels like Soul War to me right now. So I'll be having Soul War gameplay in the background, so that way you guys can like compare the two if you've never played Soul War before. And while that happens, I will also be talking about what was Soul War, what happened to it, and extras such as the similarities between Soul War and Bleach Revival, and also what I want to see from Bleach Revival, from what I've seen from like all the sneak peeks and stuff, what I would like to see, the changes I will make. Obviously, they don't have to listen to me. I mean, they're probably not anyway. What's the chance of them even seeing this video? Anyway, I just want to give my opinion on stuff, seeing as I was a pretty big Soul War fan. And, you know, just here to give you guys the information. So let's get into it. Soul War released of July of 2022, and it was a pretty hyped up game too. I think when it first released, it averaged around like a few thousand players, not like 10,000 or anything like that, but a few thousand players, if I'm not mistaken. Videos were made on it, of course. It was a pretty good Bleach game. It pretty much rivaled Reaper 2 back in its high-end era, its heyday. And some people argued it was even better than Reaper 2, which, you know, come to find out now, you know, judging the numbers, we find out Reaper 2 has, Reaper 2 is beating Soul War in numbers right now. So that went out very well. But Soul War did do some pretty unique things, such as Shunko to replace your Shikai and your Bankai. They even added Vasto Rage, which is something I've never seen from a Bleach game until Soul War, which Vasto Rage replaced your Bankai, sadly. They even added Sinners, which was a very new concept to Bleach games. I've never seen any other Roblox Bleach game add Sinners such as this. And in the last update they ever did for the game of July of last year, 2023, they added fusions of Bankais, and they even added a second form for Sinners, which is like Vindication and Hellcat or something. I'll put on screen, of course, right now. But that was pretty cool. And of course, like other Bleach games, the hollow progression was a bit painful. I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't as painful as games like Type Soul or Peroxide per se. It was, I guess, as painful as Reaper 2. It was more grindy and like it was time effective. Oh, I'm trying to think of a phrase. I'll think of it later. But it pretty much, it was more time than it was hard, you know? It was, yeah, it wasn't difficult. It was just time consumptive. So I can't speak, but you get what I'm trying to say. So pretty much you ranked up, and between each rank, you had the choice of going up to the next hollow rank or becoming in a wrong car for that, for the hollow that you were right now. For example, if you reach like rank 5 or rank 10, you become a Menos, and then like rank 15, you had the choice of becoming Menos car, and rank 20, you had the choice of becoming a Jukas, an Ajuha. And the cool thing about this game too is that you got different amount of Hiyore, if I'm saying that right, the armor for like Arankars. Depending on the Arankar you were, you got a different amount of armor, and you also got a completely new moveset. Like I know for Menos cars, they had a lot to do with their fist. Adju cars, I don't remember, and Vasokar, which is in the gameplay I'm showing right now, you get moves like Bala Kick and Bala Barrage, which I very much like those indeed. Oh, and I'll show on screen like when I was talking about them, like the Meadows car moves and the Adju car moves. I'll put the Trello in the description for the people that want to see the Soul War Trello, if it's still up, of course. If it's not still up, then boo-hoo. All right, now for Soul Reapers. After I talk about Soul Reapers and my short talk about Cinders and Fullbringers, then I'll finally get into like what the gameplay was like and all that. All right, for Soul Reapers though, you had a choice of either being an Exiled Soul Reaper or yeah, three choices really: an Exiled Soul Reaper, a normal Soul Reaper, or a Shunko Soul Reaper. Which man, I those three options, like, come on, I love those. Anyway, enough of my yip yapper. So for Exile Soul Reapers, you have to talk to somebody at level rank 20, I believe, and you'll be an Exile Soul Reaper, meaning that now you can become a Visit by doing the Visit raid, which I do the Visit raid later on in this video. I might just slice it in right here though, just to show you what the raids are like in this game. Uh, Once you beat the boss, you have a chance of getting the Visit Mask, and your luck goes up every time you beat the raid, by the way, so you're pretty much going to get that Visit Mask sooner or later. It's not like an impossible drop. Plus, you also get an accessory too. Accessories don't do anything, but they look cool. But they are kind of buggy if you have like your Resurrection or Bankai outfit on, as you can see in the gameplay. So once you get your mask, you also get an entirely different moveset, which I'll obviously put that on screen for you guys. I just love y'all so much. I'll just do that for y'all right now. And like I said before, you also get Vasto Rage, which does sadly replace your Bankai. It is a shame, I know. And then for normal Soul Reapers, I mean, obviously you're just a normal Soul Reaper. You can get your Shikai by like getting low in battle, then your Shikai will automatically come out. Like you got to get low a few times. I think I have to get low like 5 times. It's gonna be like 5, maybe 10 times if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, that took a while. And then you also got to talk to your inner self in order to unlock your Bankai. I haven't like done Soul Reaper progression yet, so I don't know if I'm gonna go for Bankai, Visit. I'm not going for Shunko though, because I'm already fist for my Vasto, so I'm not gonna go Shunko. And then after that you get Bankai. I'm probably not gonna show the Bankais, but I will show the Shunko. As again, I'll put the Trello in the description. And I did check, it is there. This is a new voice recorder. For Shunko, honestly don't know. For Shunko, you gotta be rank 22, I believe. I think you have to be rank 20 as well. And you talk to this one guy in the Soul Society, and he'll ask you, do you want to replace your Shikai for Shunko or something like that? Something along the lines of that. And you'll be able to replace it with Shunko. And again, I'll put the moveset, I'll put all the moves on screen as well. There's only 2 Shunkos at the moment that are on the Trello, so yeah. Yeah, Shunko's also had a second form as well. I think it was just called Stage 2, so. Now since you've heard enough about Soul Reapers, I'll get into Fullbringers, which will be a quick talk, and Sinners. I might as well put them all here in the same category. So for Fullbringers, it was that you needed to be a normal human, and you must be ranked 25. Or was it a normal human? Yeah, it was a normal human. You gotta be like ranked 25. And then you talk to somebody in the park, and yeah, it was like a Fullbringer master. You gotta talk to somebody in the park, and you'll be able to get your Fullbring. There are only 2 Fullbrings, Brazo and Cross of Scaffold. Yeah. So those are pretty cool. With Sinners, you had to be a human as well, and you had to go to the Gates of Hell, which were located like pretty much in the lake on the wall. I think you see it in like some of this earlier gameplay in this video. But with that, you get some new moves like Hell Fist, Hell Sweep, Hell Kicks, Hell Slam, Eruption, and all this other. You get all this really cool stuff. Really, Sinners is such a cool race. I hope for Bleach Revival they add this too. I really do. Now to get on to what happened to Soul War. So pretty much this section will be pretty short. From my knowledge, the original devs sold the game off to some new devs, and I'm pretty sure the new devs are passionate about other games as well. And since Soul War went on like a 3-5 month shutdown, there wasn't a lot of people that came back. There wasn't a lot of love to the game as it was before. They did make some good updates, as you saw with that final update log. That was a really shocking update. Sadly, no one plays the game anymore, so you'll probably never be able to get to see Fusion of Bankais or Vindication and the little Hellcat thingy or that new Resurrection, that 1 in 100. I feel like I should have gotten that Resurrection, bro. I spent like 200k, bro. Oh my god. So, um, so pretty much the original devs sold off the game. They're now working on Bleach Revival, which is pretty much what Soul War should have been. And the IX devs are working on other games. I'll put their Discord in the description as well. They're working on other games like Coogan Online 2 and the Rexies. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about the Rexies though. I know Coogan Online is pretty active if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know about the Rexies. It's like I think whenever Rel C's dropped their first leak or something, I think they stopped with the Rexies. I don't know though. Yeah, don't listen to me about the Rexies though. But I'll make sure to put their they even have an Instagram too, but I'll just put their Discord. But they do have an Instagram and a Twitter. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened to it. They lost motivation for the game, and they just wanted to switch it up. You know, they didn't like working on the Bleach game, so they sold it off. And the new devs, they tried, they did try, but I guess they just didn't like it either, and they want to do their own thing as well. So now this game is a hidden file. It is just dust, ancient now. Now for the actual fun part, extras, where I get to talk about what I want from the game, what I would like to see, and just extras about Soul War and Bleach Revival. Now, you notice how I haven't talked about Quincy at all this video? Well, Quincy pretty much stayed the same, except for Fist of Han. I didn't find Fist of Han very important, mainly because I don't like Quincy's. And so, here's Fist of Han. Here's what it is. That's all I'm going to talk about Fist of Han. Don't get me wrong, it is cool, but I just don't like Quincy's. Now, for Bleach Revival. I've seen different videos about hollows. No, I'm a hollow man. I like the pain. Hollow grind is amazing. Um, I kind of have an issue with it because one video I saw, it was almost like Soul War progression, which was fine. You start the quest, you become a normal hollow. You have to rank up a little bit by defeating other hollows across the map, and then you become a Menos. After that, again, defeat a bunch of hollows across the map, and you rank up. You can become a Menos car or a Jukas, and then yeah, so on and so forth. I get why they probably wouldn't want to add that, seeing as though they do have the story mode. And come on, doing the story mode as a Menos, nobody is doing that. I promise you, no one is doing that. So I get why they did it, and plus the grind is also very tedious. It's just leveling up and leveling up. I get why they would do that, but I still want to see some kind of progression, and I don't just go from Vasto Lorde into an Iran car or Hollow into an Iran car. I want some more for Hollow progression. And maybe in the future they can add side storylines for the race you chose. Like once you complete the main story as a Hollow, for example. I really love Hollows. you would be able to go to Waco Mundo or something, and you can continue the story on from there. But this time, it's like you're working for Aizen, or maybe you want to betray Aizen or something. Then for Soul Reapers, you go into the Soul Society, and maybe you want to, I don't know, take somebody down. I guess, like maybe the eighth Kenpachi or something. I don't know. Maybe you want to take down an old Kenpachi. Then for Quincy, you want to help Yohaba. Like you go to the Wandering Rich and you want to help Yohaba. I think that would be pretty cool. And they should also add back Sinners. Sinners is such a cool idea and such a cool concept. If they don't add back Sinners in like in the game, like at all, like not even in a future update or something, that will be so disappointing. That will be so disappointing and that'll be such a miss. Now I don't know if it was the new devs or the old devs that added Sinner though. I think it was the new devs though. So maybe they won't. Maybe like it wasn't their original idea to add Sinners. Or maybe they can still add Sinners but do their own spin on it. Since you know they're different devs, different people, different mindsets, different everything. You know, yeah, different creativity. So maybe they can add their own spin on it. I'm just saying, I need to see, I need to see Sinners again, bro. That would be so cool. You know, Fullbringers, Sinners. That's yeah, all of that. I also need Shunko, Baby Rage, bro. Oh man, Segundas, Bankai's, Volt standings. I'm telling you, bro, Quincy in those games, Quincy and Bleach Revival seem broken, bro. I'm gonna be begging for a nerf. But all in all, I guess to wrap up this video, seeing as I have nothing else to say now, um, I pray that Bleach Revival has a good open release. Maybe they should stress test it like a week before they actually release it, just so that way they can fix bugs, or maybe, you know, delay the game by like another week or so. Because remember, a late game can always be good, but a rush game is never good. That is the quote of the day. Remember that. A late game can always be good, but a rush game is never good. Why do you think GTA 6 is taking so long, man? But I wish the best for this game, and I wish the best for the devs. Yeah, I believe in them. They got it. Let them cook. Make sure to like and subscribe too, so I can get a new microphone and like a new everything. I'm broke, please. Everyone thinks that Quigger came from Type Soul. The first place I heard it was Soul War. That will always be in my heart. I love you, Soul War. I sound like a freak.